Alright, look, I've recorded this intro maybe about 5 times now, and I didn't like any of them, so this is the intro we're sticking with. If any mess-ups, any fuck-ups from me, we're just going to keep them in. I am excited about Season 3 of ZZZ, and in case you can't tell, let me try and convince you right now. Yay, yippee! Season 3! Hopefully that worked. Now, I want to talk about Shiyu defense. Now, I am very vocal about endgame content. And it's not just because, oh, it's endgame content. It is. But it's because casuals play these games. So, just let's get out of the way right now. If you're an elitist, first of all, don't be. It sucks. You suck. Be better. And you need to realize a lot of common casual people play this game. People who are like 30 minutes, be like, yeah, sure, whatever. I think I'm one of them. I'm a tourist to an extent. By that I mean, I engage with the game, I like the game, I play the game more than 30 minutes a day. Not every day, but when I do play, it's usually for quite a while. I just think I'm pretty invested. But, that said, you kind of have to be a tourist in these games. Otherwise, you're just playing ZZZ. Which is fine, don't get me wrong, and that's why you're watching this video. So, with that said, let's get some positive vibes. Shiyu defense. I like this one. I really do. I've not done all 3 floors yet because I want to test them out one by one, ending with this. But I do want to talk about HP inflation. Because yes, it is here. There's no denying that. Yes, you can still clear, absolutely. And one thing to be clear about with endgame content, right? Endgame. It implies you are at a position where you're, well, in the endgame now. So here we are. In fact, I like this boss because I got to use Evelyn. I'm going to include the run at some point. Maybe some runs you see right now. Who knows? But I cleared with Evelyn and Astriel, which, you know me, I don't like Astriel. It's just personal preference. That's how it is. But I want to bring up the HP. And for that was going to contain some spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled about upcoming things, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Let me know how you find Shiyu defense, how you found ZZZ. Are you excited about Season 3? I know you are. Everyone's excited about Season 3. Fantasy Urban is here. Yay, let's go. I just think that Shiyu defense has lost its urban fantasy vibe. So let's look into this. Now I have here 5 different tabs. Here is the current Shiyu defense. Now then, let's look at some of the HP. We have Minato with 35, the Defector, or spoiler alert, Isolde, 34 million, and Covenant at 45 million. Now, I did some digging. This was the very last Shiyu, which had these 2. More on these in a moment. But they're back. He has an increase of 8 million HP, which is totally fine. However, the Covenant, which makes sense, has an increase of 12 million. Which, you know, is fine, sure. Physical Shungus exists, which, as you can see here, Shungus just decimates. I mean, it also helps when you go in, we click on the room. It's kind of a Billy boss, but yeah, that's fine. In case you wonder what Strappers as well, it's for a heart monitor. Yes. Get your health checked today. I'm searching for heart defects. Might have one. Anyway, moving on. I know you're curious. In this stage, dealing damage to enemies, earns you damage score, blah, 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 blah. You already know this. Isolde. Just basic attack, which is fine. And then Minato, yeah. And the best thing is, unlike last time when if we go back here, with robots, none of these, and I've checked, hopefully I checked thoroughly enough, but they don't have Miasma Shield, which I was very worried about. Of course all the bosses do, because that's how it is, that's how they keep you playing the game for longer. So we keep going here. The waves are getting slightly more HP, but it's fine, kind of. I mean, yeah. So we go here, but that was the last one. You can see a bit of a spike, 6.8 million, 5.1 million, 5.1, 3.8, just a bit of a spike. Remember, HP inflation isn't real, it can't hurt you. But, now we get into the spoilers. So if you don't want to see this, be warned. That's 1.5. Oh, this is Deadly Assault. Hold up. Yeah, this is going to serve a purpose. So, what about the time Bringer in Deadly Assault got more HP? Like 89 million is what it is now. It's probably like 389 million. I don't know. So the next Shiyu defense, 3.0 Beta 1. More on this in a sec. Minato is back. I have more gripes on this in a moment. You can see the HP is kind of creeping. In fact, if we go to phase 3.0, 87 million HP. The same as Bringer in 1.5. If I was to go and find Bringer now in Deadly Assault, in fact, let's go find that. If I was last time Bringer was in Deadly Assault, he had, when we find him eventually. Oh, God, I cannot remember for life what Bringer looks like. Which is weird saying that because you should be able to see him. Is Bringer in Deadly Assault? I don't think he is. So, yeah, kind of ignore this point. That's awkward. But yeah, there's a big spike in HP. And once again, Manato's back, obviously. Mana titties, because why not? And that's really what I get into as well. Shiyu defense. And this is going to be a video later on. I'm in the process of making. I think Shiyu defense is getting a little bit boring. Not because, oh, I find clearing hard, or, oh, because HP's just gotten too high. It's because it's kind of the same bosses over and over again. Like, we've all seen Minato far enough. However, the Defector is quite new coming in, but she's been brought in quite frequently. I kind of miss the variation. Minato has the same vibe as Yishiwan. Yishiwan? I'm saying that wrong, I'm aware. But he has the same vibe of, can we just get a different boss? The answer is, like, probably not, but hey, there you go. And so I want to offer a solution. And so I would like to offer a solution as to how to fix this. Now, you can probably guess what I used to clear this. It was Miyabe Nangon Yuzuha. I think what could be good is if they change the recommended attributes and resistances. So, the Defiler, we know her recommended attributes are electric and physical, and she's resistant to ice. What if we swap that round? What if we made it to where the Defector is all of a sudden resistant to fire and physical, but weak to ether? It is possible. I think it could be really fun and breathe new life. And it also opens up the possibilities of, oh, you don't have a fully invested fire team or physical team, but you have a really good ether team. Well, now you can tackle this boss with a little bit more ease and comfort. It's still going to be a challenge because just the way she was designed, but at least it's something to try, something new, something fresh that keeps it alive and well. That said, I have yapped on long enough. That's really what I want to talk about, really. I think she's in a relatively healthy spot. There's one more thing, actually, now I think about it. If we go over to the graph, not Deadly Assault, where is she? Over to the graphs here. Post 2.5. You can see here, big spike there, dips there, dips here. Oh, spikes there, dips there. And I think this was the lowest post. No, it wasn't post 2.5. But it got really low, and I was excited for that. And then it spiked. And it was an insane spike. I think this was around about the time Vesper came out. If we just go back here, where was Vesper with the big, massive HP spike? I made a video on this earlier, which I highly recommend checking it out, which if you're not watching the content, please consider doing so. It's pretty good, pretty fun. I do so myself. Yeah, so, what was it? Here we go. I mean, it's kind of been on the down slope. It's a bit of a downward slope. And then it's spiking there, goes down in 3.0. Obviously, this is subject to change because this is current, they're all currently in the betas. I forgot which one I was using. Hold up. This is how you use this, by the way. I learned this today, believe it or not. That's why I'm making this video. Otherwise, I would have yapped about something else. We see here the HP down again. That's kind of fine. But I think this is the sweet spot. I'm going to be honest. I think roughly like the 30 million and below right now is the sweet spot. Yes, I know we have a new element coming out. I know if we want to shill that. But they shouldn't shill it by increasing the HP to then go, hey, Wind is really knocking this out of the park. You should probably give it a try. I think it's, Wind is really knocking this out of the park. Everything else is also doing really well. It's just that Wind is doing it slightly better. It's still going to sell. this is where I urge you to be really cautious in how you spend and how you pull. Really consider whether you like the character. Don't consider pulling for the sake of, oh, I want to clear this one boss. For example, this boss here, Abyssal Enforcer. Now, as you can see here, she's weak to wind. I really figured that one out. Now, if you pull a wind element, say the leader, to tackle her, but it's just that one boss, how's she going to help you when Minato runs again? When all three bosses are just Minato. That's what we're going for. We're going to get Minato all three waves. Mark my words. But how is wind going to help you with ether and physical? So just be careful when you pull. Be careful how you pull. And just make sure you like the character and you're not going to regret it. That said, that's all I've got. Probably include some footage here and there. If not, there's probably a big showcase right now where I'm yapping for the sake of yapping. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch you in the next one. I'll catch you with Season 3. It's going to be great. I'll see you in Season 3. Cool. You excited? Yippee! Stay refreshing.
短尺の剣属性を断つ。気をつけて。この剣たちがあなたを導く。よっと。剣のバレに従い天をかけよ。白き乾燥の知らせ。雪明かり。流行よ。また気を照らしなさい。今さら遅いですって。氷の心。剣が邪悪を打ち、この意は天をしのぐ。